Hello, TBI people. Just getting a little zoom in there. It's your boy Jake coming at you with a retry at this deck profile. We have our Thunder Fang deck since we were able to get a case split for set 3 at our local store. So the flag is Thunder Emperor's Fangs, and you may only use Thunder Empire cards. Your initial hand becomes 7. Your initial gauge is 1, and your starting life is 11. It's definitely a strong deck, and our buddy is Connect Ninja Tomono. We'll get to him when we come around, which should be soon enough. So start off with size zeros. Your basic Boomerang Dragon, 2 copies of Black Dragon Nom, size 0, 1 across the boards or across the board for stats. When after his battle, if you have 2 or more worlds on field, that can count himself. Send him to the drop zone, get a Thunder Empire monster from your drop zone to your hand, and gain a gauge. So it provides Gauge Excel, which is great. Next, we have 4 copies of our buddy, Connect Ninja Tomono. Oh, sorry, camera angle. There we go. Size 1, 4, 1, 1. When another monster or a named ability BFF sensor, when another monster enters the field, check the top 3 cards of your deck, put up to 1 Thunder Empire from them into your hand, and the rest go to the bottom of your deck. Basically, instead of going to the drop, it's this is this deck's version of Dalberg. Then, being Thunder Empire, a thing that already existed before this flag came out, we have some old cards, so we'll just look at them and glaze right over them. Misfiring Demon Globes, gain a charge and draw, or a crit kind of thing per turn. Size 1, 3, 1, 1. Then we have a new card, Operative Sphere, size 1, 4, 1, 1. Secret Operation, when he enters the field, gain a gauge and a life, and if you have 2 or more worlds on field, you also get a draw. So he kind of does Globes' job a second time. Now we move on to size 2s. 2 copies of Overturn Arc Dragon Barrelbots. This is basically your backup bots, since OG bots isn't really relevant anymore. Size 2, 7, 2, 4, same stats, 1 gauge, call cost, as well as the ability to not be destroyed during your turn. What's really important that makes this guy good is he has an overturn as well. So if you, during your attack phase, pay 1 gauge, stand this card and another card. So it definitely makes it a good backup idea to your main bots, or if this is what you've got on field and they have 2 life and you've got a weapon in this, stand this in your weapon and you can pretty much win. It's worth wasting the overturn. But our main size 2 is 4 copies of Thunder Empire Dragon or Emperor Dragon Barrelbots. Size 2, 13,000 power, 2 crit, 6 defense. Call cost is 2 gauge, has the bot's anti-destruction ability. When your life is 4 or less, gain 1 crit, so it turns into a 3 crit and is overturn. During your attack phase, pay 1 gauge and discard 1 card to stand all cards on your field. Basically, the only shield that really gets around that is Shadow Stitching in Katana World. So it's like rest cards don't threaten you anymore because you can just use overturn. And surprisingly, there is now a size 2 in Thunder Empire that you want to play that isn't bots. This is Black Arc Dragon Riverpain. Size 2, 6,000 power, 2 crit, 1 defense. Pay 1 gauge to call when he enters the field. Destroy a monster on your opponent's field, regardless of size. And named ability, Black Induction. During the attack phase, you can destroy a monster in your field to call a Thunder Empire or Black Dragon from your hand by paying its call cost. Basically, and he also has double attack. Basically, you're using this to get 2 extra attacks and then go into bots. Either one, depending on what you have in your hand and what you can afford. But it's really good. Even if I don't have a bot since the first turn, I might call this out and during their turn, cycle out my size 1, which is a good backup plan. Next, we have only 4 items in the deck, which is 4 copies of Arc, Dragon Sword, Dracross, 6,000 power, 2 crit, pay a gauge and a life to equip. It cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. And at the beginning of the attack step, it checks to see if there's a monster with bots in its name on your field. And if there is, it gets double attack for the turn. Definitely a great setup. The only thing that gets in its way is River Pain. But still, you've got an extra attack. On to spells. 2 copies of Thunder X Attract. Basically, this is our item searcher, or if we already have our item out, I might use it to pay the life to retrieve a bots from hand, since I might have River Pain in my hand that I can, combo out. Next, we have an older card, 4 copies of Bots X Link. This card is so generic to Dragon Roll that why are you not playing it? You should play this at 4. 3 is very weird, but I did it for a while, but 4 is always better results. 2 gauge, or 2 to gauge, 1 to hand, gain a life. Then we have a new card, Offerings to the Thunder Emperor. It is a Dragon World card, but it has a clause in it that says you can only play this card if your flag is Thunder Emperor Fangs. The new one that came out. Basically, you choose one of the following 2 effects, gain 3 gauge or gain 3 life. What's good about this card is that, it's not once per turn, so if I draw into 2 of them, I kind of run off both effects. And opening that card is a great way to save yourself from a rush deck because you're gaining 3 life when you already start with 11. Now we're on to our shields. First, not really traditional shield, set spell Black Sandcastle. When you can set more than 1, which is a great thing. All Thunder Empire cards cannot be bounced to your hand, so it does half of Fanning's job. And during your opponent's turn, if you have 2 or more worlds on field, you can put this card from the field to the drop zone to reduce damage by 3. So I mainly use this as a shield, like late game. Then we got Standard Arc Dragon Shield, so you can draw. Then we've got Thunder Emperor Dragon Shield, which is the counterpart of Arc Dragon Shield, so it's like Blue Shield. You basically gain a gauge when you cast it. That's about it. Got to have an item to use it, though. And the last shield I play would be Thunderbolt Marked Urn. This is basically a Battle Aura Circle clone, so if I don't have a center, nullify an attack. I use that over Come Seriously so that I can still save monsters, because I find that important. Then, last but not least, 2 copies of Original Tempest X-Buster. Honestly, it's a long explanation. I think everybody knows what it does by now. End games. I mostly play this card for Assurance, so I half the time don't even use it, unless I'm needing to really clinch a game when I have extra attacks. So, that's about 53 cards in the deck. I might be off by 1 or 2, but that is my Thunder Emperor's Fangs deck. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. TBI Jake signing out. Peace.